Yo, what's up, y'all, man? Before we get up into one of my videos, man, for today, I just want to take some time out and do Black and Missing. I told you I was gonna bring it back. Um, my fault for the delay. They update every week, and they've updated now. These are some of the statistics for Black and Missing for 2023. And it was updated 2024 this year, February 7th to be exact, as you can see. So there was 563,389 people reporting missing in 2023. 57% of those people were white, including Hispanic. 40% were minority. Another 3% were unknown. 40% of the missing persons are persons of color, yet African Americans make up only 13% of the population. Thousands of people are reported missing every year in the U.S., and not well. Every case will get widespread media attention. The coverage of white and minority victims is far from proportionate. Why the disparity in media coverage? Why is there a lot of minority children are initially classified as runaways and as a result do not receive the Amber Alert? So because they're runaways, because they're assumed to be criminals. Missing minority adults are labeled as associated with criminal involvement, gangs, and drugs. These and the media is just flat out desensitized towards it. It is believed that missing minorities live in impoverished conditions and crime is a regular part of their lives. And with that being said, that's why I think that's why that is, and that's according to the stats that's up here. Missing persons reported by gender in all races: 50% were female, 50% were male, 173 individuals were unlisted as unknown. All right. It's a breakdown by age and race: under 18, white, including Hispanic, 53%, African American, 40%, Asian and Indian, 4%, and 3% were unknown. All right. So the total number of missing persons of color under the age of 18 last year, 162,755. That is a lot, y'all. This is why I do this, to try to spread my little, my hope and what I can do for these children that's missing. So King Scott is this young man right here, y'all. King Scott went missing September 24th, 2024. 5 years old, from Oakland, California. Gender male, black. He's 3 foot in height, 35 pounds. Hair color black, short hair, eye color brown. You can see him here in a small picture with his mother. It looks like, I'm assuming that's his mom. Location last seen: King was last seen in the 1000 block of 8th Street in Oakland, California. Authorities believe King may be with his mother, Malika King, who is also missing in the picture. Malika's 29-year-old black female, 5'5", 120 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. So both of these individuals are missing, his mother and his child. Anyone with any information, please contact the Oakland Police Department at 510-238-3641 or BAMFI at 877-97 BAMFI. Y'all know, man, send good vibes and prayers, no matter your religion or anything. I ask y'all to do that for me. I appreciate that. Nevaeh Orlana, she's been missing since September 26, 2024. She's 14 years old, missing from Washington, D.C. Female, black, light skin, complexion is light skin. She's 5'3", 130 pounds. Hair color is black, shoulder length hair, eye color brown. It looks like she has some kind of braids in hair, but y'all can see that picture. Get a good look at her face, please. Location last seen: Nevaeh was last seen on Thursday, September 26, 2024, in the 1300 block of Longfellow Street, Northwest at 10:40 p.m. Circumstances of disappearance: an Amber Alert has been issued by the Metropolitan Police Department. MPD believes the suspect vehicles are a black Cadillac SUV and a silver sedan with a VA tag 10992U Anyone with any information in that area, please contact the Metropolitan Police Department at 202-727-9099 or BAMFI at 877-97-BAMFI. I appreciate y'all for taking the time out, man. No matter what religion you are, pray. If you are not religious, send good vibes to this child's family and to these people and their families, and hopefully they make it home safely and or they get the closure they are looking for. Truck and Chubby sends his prayers and his good vibes y'all way, man. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it. All right. Now, yo, what's up? What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. So we are about to get up into a little bit of last minute talk with Colorado and UCF. Now, maybe this could go into a panel. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if we get a couple of interactions, or maybe if I get some feedback from some people here, I don't know, which I maybe wanted to do. But so let's talk about this game and some of the things that may be going on. Let's get up into it, right? People say Colorado has the number 5 passing offense in the whole entire college football. They have it. And when you pass 70% of the time for any offense that passes 70% of the time in college football should be ranked in the top for passing offense in college football. If not, we have a problem. If you're air raid offense or air raid type-ish offense, okay? We can agree with that, right? So, with that being said, stats can be a little bit misleading because he's throwing a lot of the times of the game. They're only running for 30% of the time. Same thing can be said for UCF, right? They got the number 5 rushing defense in the country as of right now. But they have played New Hampshire. They also had played Sam Houston. And they also played TCU. Teams that don't really pass that much. So, I mean, in inferior competition and a team that passed 50 or more times in the game. So, we got to take that into account, y'all. We have to when we're looking at stats, and sometimes just have a little bit of context that might go with that, because it can be a little misconstrued. Now, if you want to look at stats and then you want to say that, and then you say Colorado has the number 23 red zone defense in the country, and UCF has number 14 scoring offense in the country. Like I said, we look at the teams, the competition, and what's able to be done, right? Nah. We gonna scratch that. We ain't gonna talk that. We talking ball, okay? Because we could talk about the stats, y'all. We could go into the stats and we could say, oh well, this team did this team did that. We could do that easily, right? But the one thing that's not easy is talking ball. And we know that Colorado thinks that UCF's weakness is passing the ball on them. Why do we think so? Because they have 1 sack on the season. They have LaJohntay Wester, Omarion Miller, Will Shepard, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn Jr., and others. And Shedeur Sanders is just good. He's just that damn good. He just throws the ball all over the yard. And if you give Shedeur Sanders time back there, he will pick you apart. And that's a fact. But you cannot sleep on this defense, a backfield for UCF, because they only have 1 sophomore that's starting, and that's their nickel corner. And he got to be a damn good nickel corner, Braden Williams, or Braden Marshall, or Brandon Marshall, however you pronounce it, to be starting on a Gus Malzahn defense like that. You know what I mean? For a team on Gus, he got to be a damn good sophomore, right? Got to be. To be playing on the field with some singers that are have redshirted and singers that have transferred. This team is an experienced team in UCF. And I think that's why Vegas had said, we're going to go ahead and put 14, 15 points to give Colorado 14 or 15 points in this game because we know what the public think they don't know. So you got to try to take a phantom out of this one. Got to try to do that here. We got to try to take that fact out of there that we like Colorado, because if not, then we're going to get lost up in this game. We're going to get lost up in the sauce with this game and not look at how much of a veteran team matters. Like I tried to tell everybody last week, Baylor was going to cause problems. A lot of people just thought that was going to be a blowout for Colorado. And I kept saying, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a lot better game than what a lot of people think it is, right? And I'm not right all the time. No, I'm not. I'm not right all the time. You know, especially with picks. You know, but with research and what I'm presenting, I'm just presenting facts. I'm not presenting things that are not there or not available to you to fact check me on or anything like that. Presenting facts out here. And the facts was they were an experienced team that were from various other places, but that had bought into this Baylor system that so desperately coached that is now going to be fired, but needed a win, and they were going to play hard. So you take into account that these are experienced players, 5th, 6th, 7th year seniors, and on the fact that their head coach has to win, what do you think is going to happen? Okay. This team, UCF, just came over into the Big 12 last year, went 6-6 their first year in the Big 12. Gus Malzahn come in, figuring out the Big 12 and how they play and how to have his team ready in year 1 and 2 the Big 12. So also take that into account a little bit. Even though all they do is run the ball, they have an elite running back in RJ Harvey. The same way that us Colorado fans have the elite receiver in Travis Hunter and the great passer Shedeur Sanders that will pick anything apart. But Travis Hunter is going to get his because he's elite. RJ Harvey is going to get his because he's elite and because he has an elite offensive line in front of him, which only has one sophomore starting on it, and it's a center. And might I add that Kading is a hell of a sophomore center to be starting in a Gus Malzahn offense. Now, yes, I'm still a toddler when it comes to college football, but I spend a crazy amount of hours researching the facts that I'm presenting and fact checking myself to make sure that I'm out here, not out here just talking to you guys, and I'm out here trying to give y'all correct information. I do that countless hours. It's a whole second job. I don't even know how I have time to do it, but I find the time. But anyway, so he's going to get his behind this offensive line that is very, very dominant. This is going to be a good test for both of these teams. Without a doubt, this is a good test for Colorado's defense. Without a doubt. It definitely is. They pass this test every game from here on out on their schedule as a possible win, without a doubt. And depending on how they win it, right? We could say that. But they got to protect Shedeur. Colorado has to protect Shedeur. If they do not protect Shedeur and they fail to do that in this game, and I know that we're thinking this is going to be such an easy test because they only got one sack on paper. That's on paper. How many pressures do they have? Pressures are just as effective as a sack. Your quarterback does not have the comfortability to get into his 5-step drop, his 7-step drop. He has to now shorten that down. The offensive coordinator now has to call the plays that's in a 3-step drop. Get 3-step quick or just quick hitches, just quick throws. Why does he have to do that? If the offensive line is allowing pressures, you have to adjust to that. So not only does pressures affect the quarterback, and getting the ball to his playmakers, it also affects the play calling of the offensive coordinator on the sideline who has to tell the quarterback to run a play. See, that's how that works, right? So then we get the so now you get to looking on the other side of a team and a head coach like Gus Malzahn, who is highly respected in Power Five football or G5 football, however you want to put it. He's well respected. He knows that his defense has not given up a lot of pressures. And now you have the transfer from Miami and Nye something it's going blank. Kelly from Miami, and he'll be lining up over Jordan Seaton, who is a true freshman who has struggled with some guys with speed, but that's okay because we knew that was going to happen. So don't panic because the last 3 games of the season, I'm hoping it won't even be there. It may not even be there no more. You know, it's going into his 5th game. Like, come on, his 5th game as a college football player. So give him a break. You know, not everybody could come in and just be super dominant and just doing what everybody think they're supposed to be doing, and like that. Everybody's not Reggie Bush type athletes or Vince Young. Okay, let's clear that up. Gotta take a drink. Throat dry. So now we looking at the fact that if you don't pressure Shador and you're giving him time back there, and the coach knowing that, so he's gonna have his guys get after that. Yes, UCF is missing their best defensive tackle in John Walker. However, John Walker is replaced, and they had a bye week to do so and to get him ready. Who do they have to have ready right now in his position? His name is Ricky Barber, transfer from Western Kentucky, rocking number 5 out there. That's his backup, and then there's another guy that'll be coming in behind him, Dotson. So are those guys able to do that? Now, they knew John Walker wasn't going to be there because he has to be healthier, right? So why not get these guys ready to go in? And I had a whole almost 2 weeks, had about 2 weeks to get these guys ready to be able to apply pressure on this quarterback that I know I have to get pressure on. Now, maybe will it be rusty? Maybe. Because they had an off game. They got to get going. They got to get that blood flowing. They got to get it flowing. They got to get that endgame experience. But however, they had time to heal. They had an extra couple days for the hyperbolic chamber or ice baths or whatever they needed to recover. They had a couple times for that. But there is minuses in that also. So no, let's not get that twisted because there is. It's just a fact. But that's the way that Colorado has to attack that. Because Ethan Barr has been great so far in stopping the run. Now, this defensive line, now, let's ask ourselves this. Let's say this. How can a defense only have 1 sack but be excellent against the run? How is that? We have to think about that. Something's not right there. Something's not right. Something ain't adding up, right? Because a team has 1 sack, but yet they're good at stopping the run. Good to great at stopping the run. Very physical team. That's something that we have to think about. It's something that's there and that's blatant. You got to take that into account. What's the reason for that? Me, I don't know. We'll find out Saturday though. But I do not want to sleep on that. And I know that Shador had got sacked 8 times in a very close game with Baylor. And I'm saying to myself, wow, did I think that Baylor was going to get to him 8 times? Absolutely not. I didn't think that. I knew they were going to be able to apply pressure, but I didn't think they were going to be able to get to him 8 times. And that helped the corner play, the young secondary, sophomore safeties, freshmen, sophomore corners and the young secondary that Baylor has, that helped them, the pressure. So if your defensive backs are not that good, then your defensive line has to make up for that. But if your defensive line is getting to the quarterback, then that helps the DBs and the pass defenders, correct? Yeah, it does, right? So we can put that together because those two go together. The pass rush and the DBs, right? They go together. And they got all experienced guys back there. They have seniors back there. Senior free safety, senior strong safety, 2 senior corners, 1 nickel sophomore for UCF in their defensive backfield in this game. So they'll be ready. They'll be ready to defend the pass. I think so. I think they will be. And then we look at the stats from who is getting the most passes. Travis Hunter is elite. He's going to get him. So on one hand, you have Colorado wanting to shut down RJ Harvey, who is elite running back. And then you have UCF trying to stop Travis Hunter when he's elite. And he is elite. But they're going to get theirs. So you want to tell UCF, look, so if you're Colorado, you're saying, and this is what Colorado's been doing. They've been doing this. During the run, they're always putting an extra guy in the box. I guess the term is they roll an extra guy into the box to help support the run. They have been doing this throughout the whole season. And that helps with the run. Now they've been a lot better. They've been improved. They improved on stopping the run. They have. And now you're saying, I dare you to do anything else to me. I'm going to load this box if I dare you to pass on me. They got guys. They got guys. A room full of senior transfers of receivers, experienced receivers on that UCF side. Yes, they're experienced. No, they don't have the pretty stats. They don't have the glamorous stats that you could look at and say, oh, and put these guys on ESPN. No, they don't have those. But they have enough speed at the receiver position to be deep threats. They have a quarterback who is not a backup, but a quarterback who started in a SEC school in Arkansas. Why do we forget that? He's been there. KJ Jefferson has played in the best conference in college football for a couple of years. He has seen the likes of great defenses, average defenses, and elite defenses. But an average SEC defense would be in an ACC or the Big 12, a good to great defense. Can we say that? Can we be honest there and just say that? Okay. So, I mean, like, we have to look at all these points when it's football. So they're going to dare Colorado to run the ball. But they're going to be there to stop that. Like, these defensive linemen and these linebackers are good enough to stop the run, but they can't generate pressure. I mean, generate sacks. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Generate sacks, not pressures. That's the difference. That's what's going on here. They know this is a big game. So it's going to be on big noon. This is a big noon kickoff game. It's going down. This school has never, you know what I mean, probably ever been on big noon. I don't know if they have been. Big implications. They got a lot of good recruits going there that's going to be looking at this game. So they want those recruits. And they taking this game very serious. And the weather may come into effect. Well, why do I say that? We talking about weather again. Here we go. Laughing out loud, right? Yeah. So the thing is where I'm getting at with that is because you have to adjust your game plan. Let's not worry about the field. You got to adjust your game plan. It's how hard that you got to do that. How you going to throw the ball if it's pouring down raining? Just pouring down. Can't do that. Might have to call it. Might have to delay the game, I guess, or whatever. But or if the your gloves getting wet, those sticky gloves, do they work when they get super? I don't know. I'm just saying. That's something to take it. That's something to think about there too, though. But they absolutely know how big this is. And if you're gonna load the box, right now, let's go back to loading the box in Colorado. You load the box, then they roll that extra defender in there to stop the run. Now you open it up for the deep threat for Kobe Hudson, right? Kobe Hudson is good enough to get the job done, right? But then you also have other guys that's around him, like Xavier Townsend, Jacoby Jones, Chauncey. What's the Chauncey guy that's over there? They got guys over there. They got guys. That's all I'm saying. But Randy Pittman, and I'm thinking that this Randy Pittman Jr., this is a game for him to step up, because if you're loading the box and your linebacker is looking run first because of the threat that RJ Harvey is, and RJ Harvey is also a receiver who is going to try to keep up with RJ Harvey. I hope you're not going to try to shadow him with a linebacker. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so. But that opens up for your tight end. He's also a threat. Their quarterback is also a running threat. The running back is a passing and catching threat. The tight end is a catching threat. Also a good blocker. The quarterback can take off. There's a lot to account for than just what we think. And then you got to remember, we have to also remember that these guys have seen each other. Gus Malzahn has seen Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn has seen Gus Malzahn team before. They also have seen a LeJontay Wester team before. They also seen LeJontay Wester. So I'm almost sure there's a little thing in the back of my head that's telling me these guys, this staff is familiar with Horn and Wester. So, or do they know how to neutralize them? So they're gonna try to neutralize Travis, and you got to be disciplined when you play in this team. You gotta come disciplined. You cannot be undisciplined playing this team, because this team has bought in to what Gus Malzahn is doing. They've bought in. They came back on a TCU team with that shit they should have lost. They fought back. Same thing that Colorado did against Baylor. But we're talking a better team than Baylor. Hopefully, I'm thinking that. But I believe that these two teams will be playing each other, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check that real quick since I brought that up, because I think they'll be playing each other this week, if I'm not mistaken. I think TCU will be probably playing some of those guys. So we'll double check it. But anyway, why I'm trying to look that up on a fly really quick for you guys. We have to keep an account that it's going down, and that this game is not going to be so much easier. This is going to be a phone booth fight. This game is a phone booth fight for both of these teams. And I can tell you what right now. Truck and Chubby, I'm saying it right now to you guys right now. If Colorado wins this game, from here on out, they have a possibility. It's up to them and what they want to put out on the field the rest of the game, the season. And I will tip my hat to them, no doubt. Now, how do they hang in there with them? Is toughness. This is another toughness test. Very tough test. Very fast paced game. Very tough test that they're going to experience, and we'll see what's going on here. We will see what is going on and how they're going to execute in this game. But I gotta say, they gotta stay disciplined, man. They gotta stay disciplined. But look, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. And if y'all can think of any points that I did not hit on or something I didn't say, something maybe I said that you just want to comment, get down in the comments. Let me know what's up. Let me know if y'all want to do this panel later or something. You know what I'm saying? I'll jump back on and I'll open up for y'all. Let's do that. However, but make sure you like or you dislike the video. That's all I ask. All right. If you dislike it, you dislike it. Let me know. But look, man, salute to everybody up out there, fam. Good chatting with y'all about that. And I guess we'll find out come Saturday at 12.